Guys, welcome back to Love in Dubai show, and with us today is a youngster making educational reels which have gone as far as to be a part of school curriculums in the US. Welcome to the show, Zahra'tul Jannah Ahmed.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Are you
By
excited?
far the cutest guest we've had.
100%.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you for being here. So, can you tell us a bit more about yourself and who's Zahra'tul Jannah?
Firstly, Zahra is me.
Yep, the one and only.
So I'm the eldest sister.
Mm-hmm.
I make educational videos. I love going to places in Dubai. I love reading books. I'm 11 years old and I'm a Muslim.
Whoa, how's Ramadan going so far?
Ramadan's going fine, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And plans for Eid?
Yes.
What are you doing?
So for Eid, first the mosque, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd like to go to maybe a special evening dinner for Eid as well.
Mom and Dad, they're watching there. You heard that?
Okay, so you're still in school, but tell us, how did you get into content creation? Did you have to convince your parents to let you get on socials, or were they like, okay, they are the ones who told you and suggested that you should?
When I was younger, I loved making videos. And at first, I wanted to make videos about daily life because I saw other kids doing so. So I told my dad. But then my dad objected and he was like, you could create educational and fun content. Alhamdulillah, we're in Dubai. There's everything in Dubai. Shopping malls, many facilities and institutions. And I could just go to them and talk about these places. So I remember that my first video was in Burjaman Mall, then Global Village, then the Drone Light Show as well.
So what was it about, your first video?
In Burjaman, there was a winter wonderland because at that time it was January 2021. So I just went there to make a video because they had many activities like a snow castle and things like that.
Okay.
My
Okay, so you're
God.
just like showing the winter castle and the winter festivities at Burjuman.
Yes.
Okay.
How did you feel making your first video? Were you nervous? Did you have jitters? What was it like?
I mean, during my first video, I was really excited because I didn't know what was there for me in the future. I was just excited to know what was there.
Are any of your other friends doing it as well?
Well, at the moment, no.
You have your own lane.
So you're into like education influencing. So what exactly does that mean? You know, like what are you educating people on?
I educate people on a variety of topics, not just one. It could be, once I made a video about gratefulness, about the Sustainable Development Goals, about places in Dubai and their significance, like the Mohammed bin Rashid Library, and videos about reading, its importance, and encouraging people to do these things that we now need in our daily life.
So what are you most passionate about? Which one of these topics, like from the SDGs to showing these incredible landmarks that people should be more involved in, what are you most passionate about?
Between these two.
No. Between all the topics that you've covered.
Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah, what about it makes you so passionate?
So I like the fact that the Sustainable Development Goals are like a checklist or a success criteria for our society. Because they, can I explain what they are first?
Of course, yes.
The Sustainable Development Goals are a collection of 17 goals, and they were established by the United Nations Committee in 2015. So each of these goals tackle a specific topic. Like, for example, SDG number 1 tackles no poverty, SDG number 2, zero hunger, 3, good health and well-being, and 4, quality education. They serve as a checklist for our society because if we see SDG number 1, did I feel the requirements to fulfill this? Am I doing it the right way? Are we going to achieve this if I keep on doing this thing? Yes or no? So it's like a checklist. And then an example of how Dubai is a contributor to these Sustainable Development Goals is their initiative called Dubai Can. And it's an initiative of the Crown Prince of Dubai, Sheikh Hamdan, popularly known as Faza. And the way it works is that there are many stations across Dubai, water refilling stations, and I can connect this to landfills and plastic waste. Because normally we keep purchasing plastic bottles, not knowing the consequences sometimes.
True.
So the way this can reduce the use of plastic bottles is that we can just refill our bottles instead of buying them again and again. Because at the end of the day, most of the trash in the sea is plastic. These animals digest the plastic, and then we're fishing up these same animals with the plastic particles in them. Even though we wash them, the plastic is still there. So basically, we're having plastic flavored fish on a restaurant menu.
And it's not that tasty, is it? It's not
Not that tasty,
we don't even know
healthy. Yeah, we don't even know it. That's so true.
So how are you learning all these things? Because you just gave us a crash course. How are you educating yourself and getting to know all of these facts?
So I like to do researches. Secondly, what I learn in school, I can relate it with books as well as my research. And if you learn something in school that I'm like, what? Oh, this seems interesting. I research, or if I find something in a book that's interesting, then I also research further on it.
My God.
How did you get into SDGs? Because it's a huge topic, one that, governments argue about. They have summits on these. So how did you find it so interesting that you wanted to do research on it, that you wanted to, push out videos on it?
First, it started from school. At school, we were doing a project on SDGs. We were creating a cardboard factory, and then how we can relate it to the SDGs. From there, I asked my teacher, what is this? So then she explained to the whole class, and then from there I got interest. And then another point, there was Hack for Earth, the Hack for Earth, which I attended. I interviewed one of the winners. And then from there, I got to know more about the SDGs. I started going up the stairs until now.
And apart from the videos, what else do you see yourself doing to contribute to the SDGs?
So normally in the house, if I see plastic, no. I should make sure it does not go in the trash. And I know plastic has become a main part of our lives. But if it does, we should try and make sure it doesn't affect our environment. Like, for example, you can use the plastic bottles to make a pen holder. That's a great example. I made one for my dad, and he still has it in his office today.
What? That's so cute.
Any tips and tricks that you can share with us for everyone that's watching that they can do in their homes?
To become more sustainable?
Exactly. To just notice the small changes that we can make.
Instead of using plastic bags, try and use totes. Totes are way better. And then try your best not to use plastic bottles. Because it's not that, aside from affecting the environment, the plastic bottles sometimes, the particles digest in the water. Like, if you use the plastic bottle for too long, the particles might settle down in the water, little bit of the particles. And as you drink the water, you're digesting that. So it's not really good for your health as well.
Okay, that's so interesting. I didn't know that.
I did.
That part, you knew that?
Yeah. And you shouldn't have outside in the heat as well, right? Because then, are you doing anything in school to just help inform people more, and any initiatives in school?
Well, yeah, because in school, I think last month, we had to get plastic waste from our home, or electronic waste, any type of waste that we had in our homes, that we could keep it in separate boxes. There was one for cardboard, one for plastic, one for e-waste, which is electronic waste, and keep them in the box. Because this is going to, I think, a refinery center where the plastic and all this waste will be converted into something else.
Interesting. So tell us more about this poster initiative. Is that part of the poster initiative poster initiative?
With the giving movement.
Oh, with the giving movement. Tell us about your involvement with the giving movement.
The giving family?
Yeah, the giving family.
Well, the giving family is the giving family is like we had to take plastic. Sorry, we've been talking a lot about plastic.
It's
We had to take bags of food.
Yeah.
We had to take bags of food and then give it to the community, providing iftar meals for them, which was really really nice to do. And I think this is a step to achieving SDG number 2, which is zero hunger. Because with each bag of food, we're providing iftar meals for someone, which is really nice, and it's gonna benefit the community as well. Because aside from providing iftar meals to the community, I was also able to connect with people, and we also had this board where I collected signatures from the volunteers, so that when the board is full, I still have the board. It's not full yet. It's almost full, like 95%. When the board is full, we're gonna give it to the members of the giving family as a souvenir for all the hard
Oh,
work.
sweet.
You're literally a rock star in the making and such a thoughtful genius. You know, it's amazing to see how you're thinking about everyone else and not yourself, especially at such a young age.
Thank you so much.
And speaking of which, like you would see kids your age, right? Like entitled, privileged, you know, coming from well-off families. How important would you say is it for parents, you know, to take their kids for such initiatives and teach them the importance of giving back to the community?
Well, I think if we grew up with these important values and morals, then we're going to change the world. Because I grew up with this love and I grew up with these teachings, I was able to do this as well. Because whatever we do now is going to impact our future. So if we try include sustainable development and sustainable growth now, it's like gonna blossom into a whole tree in the future.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just said it so beautifully.
God, a sustainable tree.
Sustainable tree.
Okay, so you also have a book reading club, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me more about it?
So in my book reading club, my friends and I from all around the world will come together to read books, discuss, and voice out our understanding on them. Aside from reading books, we're gonna talk about what we learned in school, morals and values, research, and other things we learned, like projects you do, about what they read, what they researched about, and then it's gonna be like a community where we can share ideas. And I'm having this idea to implement in this reading club, which is the SDG question of the day. A question related to one of the SDGs. And then I'm gonna store all of the answers in a Padlet. You know what a Padlet is? Yeah, so then when we're doing another sustainable initiative, we're gonna go back to it and check it and see if we can use the sustainable quote, the sustainable answer to make the world a better place.
Wow. And what's your favorite book? What are some of your favorite books? Maybe you don't have one.
Some of my favorite books. Okay, number 1 is The Ichabod.
Ichabod?
By J.K. Rowling. 2 is The Last Bear. 3 is most probably James and the Giant Peach from Roald Dahl. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Roald Dahl and J.K. Rowling are mostly my favorite authors. Then Alone on a Wide White Sea by Michael Morpurgo.
Oh.
Then
you know more about books than I do. But that's amazing. Also, you have gone as far as have schools around the world use your videos for curriculums. How does that feel?
Well, that feels amazing, especially knowing that that kids are benefiting from what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, the initiative behind this is to make the world a better place. So I'm happy that now my dream is actually coming true.
Oh my God, we have an 11-year-old protege with us and someone who, if she sees a shooting star, would probably wish for like world peace and ending world hunger. We love that. So tell us, what is next for you?
Next for me as in what?
Next for you, like, do you have any initiatives that you feel like you want to get into next, or anything that you want to focus on once you progress with your educational videos?
I think that I'm gonna input the reading club in this.
Sure.
So in the reading club, once in a while, I'd like to host a place where we're gonna focus on one particular problem, and we're actually for the whole month we're gonna do something to solve it.
Oh,
we're gonna for example, if to reduce plastic waste in our homes, we're gonna try to reduce plastic waste. We're going to inform other people about this, and we're going to share ideas on this.
How can people get involved
in this?
The book reading club and the monthly initiatives?
Well, it's, the communication forms are going to be Zoom, so they can join the Zoom link, which will be sent to them, and then they can join the meeting. Yeah.
So where do they ask for the Zoom link? On your Instagram?
Well, I think my parents are in charge of that. They're the managers.
Okay.
Momager and Papager.
What's the link? Whose Instagram do they have to go and message? Or is it a website?
Well, yeah, there will be a website, but then for the other inquiries, I think they're going to send it to my account, but my parents manage my account, so they're going to receive the message.
Okay. And what's the name of your account?
Zahra'tul 8.
Perfect. Zarlicious 8. So if you guys are thinking of what to do this Eid, take a page out of Zahra's book and go reading, check out the SDGs, get more involved, and see how you can help out.
And guys, that is it from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Eid Mubarak. We'll be back with you same time, same place next week.
Hopefully Tuesday.
Hopefully Tuesday. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Bye.